Have you ever asked yourself why Japan has one of the highest life expectancies on the planet? Why their cities are remarkably clean? Why so many people appear calm, focused, and purposeful? It isn't genetics, it isn't chance, it's habits. Small habits that most people never notice. Habits so tiny they seem almost meaningless, and that's exactly why they work. Today, I'll walk you through 8 tiny Japanese habits that create massive changes in your life. Not sudden overnight transformations, but deep, lasting shifts that build quietly over time. These aren't complex rituals or demanding routines. They're simple, almost effortless actions, but when practiced consistently, they slowly reshape everything. In Japan, there's a saying, "The nail that sticks out gets hammered down." Yet there's another side to that idea. When people move together in harmony, the entire society rises. So let's look at how that shows up in everyday life. The first tiny habit is called Kaizen, and it may be one of the most powerful ideas you'll ever encounter. Kaizen means continuous improvement, but not the kind where you completely reinvent your life on January 1st and burn out by February. It's the opposite. It's about improvements so small they're barely noticeable, just 1% better each day. That's all. In Japanese companies, this mindset is everywhere. Toyota became one of the world's most successful car manufacturers through Kaizen, not by massive overhauls, but by encouraging every worker every day to improve one small thing, a task done 1 second faster, a tool placed a little closer, a step removed entirely. It may sound trivial, but repeated daily over years, the compound effect is enormous. And this doesn't apply only to factories, it applies to your life. Want to get fit? Don't promise yourself an hour at the gym every day. Do 1 push-up, just 1. It's so easy you can't refuse. And once you start, 1 often becomes 5, then 10, and soon it's a habit. Want to read more? Don't force yourself to read for an hour. Read a single page. 1 page feels effortless, but 1 page a day becomes 365 pages a year, more than many people read in 5 years. Kaizen removes resistance. Improvement stays invisible until the results can't be ignored. Because the goal isn't instant transformation. The goal is to keep moving forward. And that leads to the second tiny habit, Ikigai. Ikigai is your reason for being, the reason you wake up in the morning. Not your job or obligations, but what gives your life meaning. In Okinawa, one of the world's blue zones where people often live past 100, almost everyone can tell you their Ikigai. Researchers believe this sense of purpose is a major reason for their long lives, because when you have a reason to wake up, your body wants to keep going. When life feels empty, health declines, energy fades, and aging accelerates. Ikigai isn't about huge ambitions or fame. It can be something simple, caring for a garden, teaching a skill, spending time with grandchildren, creating something with your hands. What matters is that it's yours, not what society tells you to value, but what truly makes you feel alive. And here's how the Japanese think about finding it. Ikigai exists where 4 things overlap: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and how you can be paid for it. When something touches all 4, that's your Ikigai. And when you live in alignment with it, everything else begins to fall into place. Yet most people never stop to ask these questions. They drift through life doing what they're expected to do, then wonder why they feel empty. So pause right now and ask yourself, what do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need from me, and how can I support myself while doing it? You don't need all the answers today, just start asking, and the answers will come. The third tiny habit is Hara Hachi Bu, one of the simplest ways to live longer. It means eating until you're 80% full, not stuffed, not completely satisfied, just 80%. In Okinawa, people say this phrase before meals as a reminder, a small moment of mindfulness that prevents overeating. Your brain takes around 20 minutes to realize you're full, so if you eat until you feel full, you've already eaten too much. Over time, that extra 20% adds up, leading to weight gain, inflammation, fatigue, and faster aging. Stopping at 80% gives your body exactly what it needs, nothing extra. And mild calorie restriction has been linked to longer lifespan in nearly every species studied. This isn't about starving yourself, it's about eating slowly, paying attention, setting your fork down between bites, and asking, am I still hungry or just eating because the food is there? Most people eat on autopilot. They finish everything on the plate out of habit. But your plate doesn't know what your body needs. So next time you eat, pause halfway through. Check in with yourself. Could you stop and feel fine? If yes, stop. If not, continue slowly. This isn't restriction, it's awareness. And that tiny shift might be the simplest health habit you ever adopt. The fourth tiny habit is Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. This isn't exercise or hiking, it's simply being in nature, walking slowly, breathing deeply, noticing your surroundings. In Japan, doctors actually prescribe this. Patients are told to spend time in forests as medicine, not metaphor. Science supports it. Time in nature lowers cortisol, reduces blood pressure, boosts immunity, and improves mood. There's something about trees that resets your nervous system. Researchers believe it's linked to phytocides, natural compounds released by trees. When you inhale them, stress hormones decrease and your parasympathetic nervous system activates. You shift from fight or flight into rest and digest. And you don't need a forest in Japan. A park, a trail, or a tree-lined street is enough. The key is no distractions, no phone, no podcast, no destination. Walk slowly and observe. Light through leaves, wind in branches, the scent of earth. Let your mind wander. This isn't wasted time, it's recovery. And in a world constantly competing for your attention, this tiny habit might be the most valuable hour of your week. The fifth tiny habit is Wabi-sabi, a mindset that changes how you see everything. Wabi-sabi is the acceptance of imperfection, the beauty of things that are temporary, incomplete, and flawed. In the West, we chase perfection, flawless bodies, spotless homes, curated lives, but that pursuit is exhausting and unrealistic. Nothing is perfect, nothing lasts forever, nothing is ever finished. Wabi-sabi says that's okay. A cracked teacup isn't broken, it's lived. A worn wooden table isn't old, it's full of stories. A wrinkle isn't a flaw, it's a record of your life. When you embrace Wabi-sabi, you stop chasing the impossible. You stop comparing yourself to edited images. You stop feeling like you're not enough. You begin appreciating what exists right now, exactly as it is. And that shift is freeing. You no longer need to fix everything or be more than you are. This isn't giving up, it's understanding that progress is imperfect and life is messy, and that's not a flaw. That's the point. So next time you notice something imperfect, pause and ask yourself what's beautiful about it. The sixth tiny habit is gaman, one of the most misunderstood Japanese concepts. Gaman means enduring hardship with dignity, facing difficulty without constant complaint. In the West, this can sound unhealthy, like ignoring your emotions, but that's not what it means. Gaman isn't about denying pain, it's about not letting pain control you. It's the quiet strength that says, this is hard, but I can handle it. You don't need to broadcast your struggle or seek validation. You just keep going.
When you stop complaining, you stop reinforcing the idea that you're powerless. You take responsibility. You accept that hardship is part of life and choose how to respond. This doesn't mean suffering alone. It means refusing to let suffering define you. In a world where struggle is constantly shared for attention, gaman reminds you that strength doesn't need an audience. The seventh tiny habit is omotenashi, compassionate consideration for others. It's the ability to anticipate someone's needs before they ask, acting with kindness because you're aware of how your actions affect others. In Japan, this shows up everywhere. Quiet voices on trains, clean public spaces, respectful bows. It's a culture built on connection, on the idea that actions ripple outward. When life is easier for others, it becomes easier for everyone. This isn't just politeness, it's practical. Trust grows, stress drops, society runs smoothly. And it makes you happier. When you focus less on yourself and more on others, your problems feel smaller, and your sense of connection grows. So try this. Before acting, pause and ask how it affects the people around you. Is your music too loud? Are you blocking someone's path? Is the space cleaner than when you arrived? These small acts cost nothing, yet they create ripples that change everything. The eighth and final tiny habit is kintsugi, the art of repairing broken objects with gold. Instead of throwing broken bowls away, they're repaired, and the cracks are highlighted with gold. The result is something even more beautiful. Kintsugi is a metaphor for life. You will break, you will fail, you will be hurt. That doesn't make you worthless, it makes you human. When you repair yourself, those cracks become part of your story. They aren't something to hide, they're something to honor. The strongest people aren't those who never broke, but those who broke and rebuilt themselves, carrying that gold forward. If you're going through something difficult, remember this. You're not damaged, you're being shaped. And who you become on the other side will be stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than before. Let your scars shine. Here's what matters most. These 8 habits aren't quick fixes or life hacks. They're principles, and principles take time. Kaizen shows how small improvements compound. Ikigai gives you purpose. Hara Hachi Bu protects your health. Shinrin-yoku restores your mind. Wabi-sabi frees you from perfection. Gammon builds quiet resilience. Omotenashi connects you to others. And kintsugi reminds you that breaking isn't the end. You don't need to adopt all 8 at once. Choose one. Start small. Let it become part of you. Then add another. The Japanese don't chase transformation. They build it through tiny choices, day after day. Over a lifetime, those tiny habits create massive change. A life that's calm, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. Not because it's perfect, because it's intentional. The secret to real change isn't doing more, it's doing small things consistently, quietly, without needing recognition.